Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of Cousin Vinnys Place. As always, please like and share this video as much as possible so we can get more and more people on board. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you're notified of upcoming videos. That being said, pour yourselves an adult beverage and let's get to it. I wanted to make this video so that I could dispel a lot of the myths going around with the debate and you know, going around since the Parkland shooting. I figured it was time that I kind of dispelled a lot of the myths, a lot of the false information that's been going around since then. So here we go. First off, there is no such thing as an assault rifle. Get that out of your heads. It doesn't exist. It is a term that was coined by the anti-gunners to push an agenda. A rifle is an inanimate object, and the word assault is an action. So you can't assign an action to an inanimate object. And when you do, you show your ignorance on the subject. I mean, if I was to bash someone over the head with a chair, would the chair be considered an assault chair? If I was to do it with a bat, would the bat be an assault bat? That's the flawed logic. So let's dispel with that one. The next one that I hear all the time is that the AR-15 rifle is a weapon of war. It's a weapon of war. Why would you want to have a weapon of war? Well, folks, it's not a weapon of war. Here's what it is. It is a semi-automatic rifle. End of statement. Pure and simple. That's all it is. It looks scary because it's got a pistol grip. It looks scary because it's got an adjustable stock. It looks scary because it's got this, because it's got that. Because it looks like an M4. It's far from an M4. It is not a weapon of war. All right. The military uses full auto M4s. Okay. They also put grenade launchers on the bottom of those things. All right. That's a weapon of war. They use tanks. They use planes. Those are weapons of war. An AR-15 is not a weapon of war. Okay. Also, the military uses tons of lethal ammo, frangibles, incendiaries, armor piercing, and the list goes on and on and on. So this nonsense that an AR-15 is a weapon of war, again, it's a myth. It's a fallacy. It doesn't exist. The next one is that the AR-15 is the preferred platform or whatever the hell it is for mass shooters. Okay, folks, the FBI uniform crime data, the latest one shows that rifles of all kinds account for 3% of the murders in the United States. Okay. So that takes into account 30-30, 30-06, 308, 45-70s, whatever. Okay. Rifles of all types, 3%. Narrow it down with AR-15, what? 1.5%? Okay. What? It's again, it's another myth. It's not backed up by fact. It's not backed up by science. It's just spewed out there, and you just regurgitate it. All right. It's not backed up by any kind of science. The next one I love is, well, the only reason anyone would want an AR-15 is to commit mass murder. Huh? What? So what? Mine must be defective because it's been sitting in my closet. Are you kidding me? Really? That's the logic? Folks, there are a lot of reasons to own an AR-15. It's an effective hunting rifle. People hunt with them. Okay. They, in like Texas, they ward off, coyotes and wolves and stuff like that. All right. People use them to hunt deer. They also use them to hunt hogs. I don't know. I don't know if it's that effective against hogs, but people do it. Okay. It's a hunting rifle. Okay. It's also, people use it for home protection. I would prefer a shotgun, but if you're a small statured person or a person that's recoil sensitive, yeah, you might want to go with an AR-15. Okay. So this, again, this fallacy, this notion, this misinformation, this garbage isn't backed up by any kind of measurable or rational data. It's just spewed out there, and the anti-gunners latch onto it, okay? Because They don't know any better. Well, it's my job to educate you, okay? Um, Another one I love, and this just infuriates me. Um, the Second Amendment is for hunting. All right, let's follow the train down this track. So you're telling me when the founders were sitting down writing the Second Amendment, there was an infringement on their hunting right? Is that, I mean, is that what I'm led to believe? That they sat down in, what was it, 1789 and wrote the friggin' Second Amendment? And Mason, who's the author of the Second Amendment, said, you know what, guys, we're having a lot of trouble, hunting now. All of a sudden we're having infringement on our hunting, so let's put this right in the Constitution. Really? That's that's the logic train that I'm supposed to follow? Again, folks, and it's not backed up by anything. It's just spewed out there. Whereas if you read the text of the Second Amendment, and please, I'm not going to debate the Second Amendment with militia and the people. Okay, that's been debated ad infinitum. And if you think militia means military, you're friggin' an idiot. All right, I'm not going to waste my breath. But you look at the intent of the founders, from Mason to Madison to Jefferson to Cokes to Adams to all of them said the same thing. The Second Amendment is a bulwark against tyranny. It's a safety check against an out of control government. They wanted the people to have the final safety valve. So in case government got out of control, the people could do something about it. Okay? Pure and simple. It's an uncomfortable fact. I'm sorry if it bothers people and if it triggers people. I'm sorry. That's what it is. All right? It is not about hunting. So please, this argument of, that's what the Second Amendment was for, it's not. All right? So get that out of your head. And one more thing. All right? This whole thing about, the founders never envisioned an AR-15. Folks, do a Google search for the puckle gun, okay? And that's all I'm going to say. The puckle gun. I believe it came into being in the 1770s, I think so. Before our revolution, the puckle gun was out, all right? And just do yourselves a favor, look at the puckle gun, all right? So, and here's something ironic. The same people that spew the founders never envisioned an AR-15, they're doing it from the internet, okay? So you're exercising a right that the founders never envisioned, okay, because you're doing it over the internet. So you know what? Before you want to talk gun control to me, take out a piece of parchment, take out a quill pen, put it in some iron gall ink, and write it out to me. Send it by Pony Express, and all right? And then in a month, I'll have your letter, and then maybe we can discuss it, all right? That's how stupid your argument is. God. All right, another one. Well, the Australians instituted an assault weapons ban, and they don't have any mass shootings anymore. Well, that may be the case, but here are some facts. The Australian crime rate was going down before the ban. And there's no data to show that the ban really had any influence one way or another with the decrease in crime rate because, like I said, it was going down before the ban. Now, you also have to take into account, and I love when people try to compare the US and Australia, because you have to take into account differences in population density, differences in demographics, unemployment, education, wages, okay? All these come into effect when you're talking about crime rates, okay? So to think that you can compare the United States with Australia, the United States with Great Britain, or the United States with any other country is ridiculous. It's not an apples and apples comparison, all right? Plus, there are cultural differences between the United States and other countries. So those have to be taken into account. The U.S. has a gun culture. Australia does not. So, again, not a valid argument. I mean, I'm sorry. Another one that I love that really frustrates the hell out of me is this. Okay, well, why do you need ... fill in the blank? Why do you need an AR-15? Why do you need an extended magazine? Why? Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? I don't need to show a need. I don't have to show a need to exercise a right. a right is inherent in every human being. Okay, the right to life, I don't need a reason to exercise my right to life. I don't need a reason to exercise my right to liberty. Okay? No other right do I have to show a need for. I don't have to show a need for a First Amendment right, a Fourth Amendment right, a Fifth Amendment right, and I don't have to show a need for it. Why do the anti-gunners and the progressives feel an obligation to tell me that I have to come up with a need? Okay? Again, flawed logic. Here's one that I love too. If it saves just one life, why not ban an AR-15? Why not ban an AR-15? Even if it saves just one life. Okay, let's follow down that logic train again. You're three times as likely to die in a car than you are by gunfire. Any gunfire, handgun, rifle, shotgun, anything. Okay, 3 times as likely. So even if it saves one life, let's ban cars. There were approximately 15,000 murders in the United States. There are over 600,000 deaths due to malpractice. Okay? Exponentially larger malpractice. Even if it saves one life, let's ban doctors. I mean, this is the crazy logic, folks. This is what we have to deal with, and this is how you respond to it, by pointing out how ridiculous it is. Okay, the flawed logic. Another thing out there now is, well, let's raise the age to 21 to own these rifles because 18-year-olds aren't responsible enough. Okay, here we go again. So at 18, you're responsible enough to join the military and get handed a fully automatic M4 with a grenade launcher attachment, or an M60, or a squad automatic weapon, or to fly a plane, or to drive a tank, or to, do whatever. That's fine. But you can't own a semi-automatic rifle. Okay? So if an individual is mentally incompetent at age 18, so now does that mean that you have to wait till 21 to join the military? Or do you have to be 21 to vote? Or 21 to have an abortion? I mean, I'm just trying to follow the logic here, because you can't have it both ways. You can't say you're an adult to have an abortion at, 18, but you're not an adult to be able to carry or to be able to possess or buy or whatever a semi-automatic rifle. Can't have it both ways, folks. All right. Again, this is the crap that's being spewed, and I'm just calling it out for what it is. It's crap. That's all it is. Now, about 2 months ago, I've seen videos of students, and I'll use the term lightly, eating laundry detergent for a challenge. Okay. Now, a more productive challenge would have been, hey, let's see if I can get my grade point average up, or let's see if I could take an extra course in civics or economics or whatever, anything to really educate myself. That would be a challenge, okay? But no, they decided that it would be smart to eat laundry detergent. And now these brain surgeons, and again, I'll use the term lightly, are going to lecture me on civics and governance in a republic. The same individuals that 2 months ago were eating laundry detergent, now I'm supposed to take advice from them. I mean, I'm sorry. This is beyond stupid. It's beyond ridiculous. Okay, and what they're doing, folks, is they're spewing the same crap that the anti-gunners want to spew, and it's the fault of the media. Okay, and that's grist for another meal. But please spare me. All right, but folks, the way around this is I mean, the talking points have got to stop, okay? And all these are talking points. I hear them from the mainstream media all the time. These are all talking points. I'm tired of hearing it. This doesn't move the conversation forward. Those have to stop. Agendas, you got to put your agendas aside. your long-standing ideologies, okay? Stop with trying to ban everything. It doesn't work. It's never worked. It's never gonna work. Everybody's got to accept the fact that evil exists in this world, okay? It's been around since the beginning of time. Cain killed Abel with a rock, okay? Evil exists. It's been around. It's always going to be around. That's the nature of the world we live in, okay? And you're not going to change it, and you're not going to do away with it. The only thing that you can do is when it rears its ugly head, you confront it and you eliminate it, okay? That's all you can do. And when I mean eliminate, not eliminate evil, you're never going to eliminate evil. You're going to eliminate that specific threat, okay? I mean, that's like what I meant by that. Don't misquote me here. And you know, as evidenced by the recent shooting, the government can't do it, okay? They're either incompetent or they just won't do it, or they can't do it because of resources. I mean, you know, if you have a school with 5,000 students and there's one resource officer, he can't be everywhere. So, you know, to depend on the government is ludicrous, okay? And I mean, these are the very people that ask us to put our trust in them to protect us. And as evidenced in the Parkland shooting, every agency underneath the sun dropped the ball on this. So I'm supposed to trust my life to you idiots? No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. Now, look, I don't want to push anything on anybody. I mean, you're free to choose not to defend yourself with a firearm. You're also free to choose to not to defend yourself at all. And if that's what you choose to do, that's your right, and I'll support it and I'll back it up 1,000%. But I expect the same in return. If I choose to protect myself with a firearm, as I do, then I expect you to back my decision up, because that's my right, just as it's your right not to, if that's what you choose. Okay? So you can't have it, if you choose not to defend yourself, fine, but don't expect me to follow along. Okay? That's not right. Okay? Just like I'm not going to try to drag you along to my way of thinking. I'm gonna attempt to try to reason with you, but ultimately, if you choose not to do it, that's on you. Okay? Now, folks, we need real solutions to these problems, and there are serious problems, but we need real solutions. These talking points get us nowhere. They don't get us anywhere near the solutions, because they don't move the conversation forward. Because again, they're myths, they're fallacies. Okay? I've disputed and cast aside all of them, okay, on fact. Okay? Now, it's uncomfortable to accept, but I'm sorry, facts are facts. Okay? They're not subjective. Okay? They are what they are. And I'm sorry if it offends anybody, but it is what it is. All right? So hopefully in the next video, I'm gonna talk real solutions that will hopefully solve the problem. All right? But people have to have an open mind, I hope, and we'll see what happens. All right? So until then, thank you so much for watching. Again, please like and share this video as much as possible so we can get more and more people on board. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified of upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And God bless America.